If you were born a Pisces, you didn't just get a zodiac sign, you got a secret key. Stay with me to the end, because Pisces is one of those signs people misunderstand on the surface and envy in silence. They call you too sensitive, they say you live in your own world, they assume you're fragile because you feel deeply. But here's the truth nobody says out loud: Pisces isn't weak. Pisces is wide like the ocean, soft on the surface, but capable of swallowing storms. And once you realize what you truly are, you stop apologizing for your nature. You stop shrinking to fit a world that worships cold logic. You stop trying to be less emotional, less dreamy, less intense, less you. Because being Pisces is not a curse, it's a blessing disguised as a mystery. Today I'll give you your full mirror, the real character of Pisces, and the first 3 reasons why this sign is secretly one of the strongest, rarest, and most gifted in the zodiac. The rest will hit even harder in part 2. Who Pisces really is. Pisces is the sign of intuition, compassion, imagination, spiritual intelligence, and emotional depth. But let's translate that into real life. A Pisces is someone who can walk into a room and feel what people are hiding. Someone who can hear a "I'm fine" and instantly know it's a lie. Someone who can read silence like a language. Pisces doesn't just think, Pisces senses. And in a world where most people are disconnected from their own hearts, that's not just a gift, it's power. Yes, Pisces can be romantic, but not childish romantic, mythic romantic. You don't want love that's convenient. You want love that changes you. You don't want a relationship, you want a soul bond. And that's why Pisces suffers when the love is shallow. But that's also why Pisces becomes legendary when the love is real. Pisces is ruled by Neptune, the planet of dreams, mystery, art, and spiritual truth. And it means you were never built for small. You were built to be meaningful. Now listen carefully. Pisces has one special destiny that many signs never experience. At some point in life, Pisces transforms. The same sensitivity that once felt like a wound becomes your weapon. The same softness that once made you cry becomes what makes you unstoppable. And that leads us to the reasons. 7 reasons why being Pisces is a great blessing. Reason number 1. Pisces sees the truth before anyone says it. Other signs need evidence. Pisces needs one look, one tone, one pause, one shift in energy. You don't just read faces, you read frequencies. That's why you often predict things: who's lying, who will leave, what decision someone will make, what's about to happen at work, why a friendship suddenly feels cold. People call it overthinking, but deep down they know Pisces is rarely wrong. Your blessing is that you can avoid traps if you trust yourself. And yes, sometimes you ignore your intuition because you want to believe in the best. But even then, you still knew. You always knew. Reason number 2. Pisces has a heart that heals, and that is rare. Pisces doesn't love halfway. You don't offer attention. You offer presence. You don't give support. You give your soul sitting beside someone's pain. That's why strangers open up to you. That's why people confess to you without meaning to. That's why you attract broken hearts, because they sense your warmth from miles away. Now here's the twist. Your heart is a gift, not a job. Your blessing becomes protection when you learn this. You are not here to rescue people who refuse to change. You are not responsible for healing someone who keeps bleeding on you. When Pisces finally sets boundaries, the world stops taking and starts respecting. Reason number 3. Pisces is the most creative sign, and creativity is a superpower. Some signs create to impress. Pisces creates to survive. Your imagination isn't decoration, it's medicine. Pisces has the ability to turn pain into art, heartbreak into wisdom, loneliness into beauty. Even if you're not an artist, you still live like one. You feel music in your bones. You connect to stories. You fall into daydreams that end up becoming plans. That's why Pisces often looks quiet from the outside, but inside you're building entire worlds. And let me tell you something that will make you smile. In 2026 energy, Pisces creativity becomes currency. Your ideas can become income. Your sensitivity can become strategy. Your unique way of seeing the world can become your success story if you stop doubting what comes naturally to you. If you're Pisces, your life was never meant to be ordinary. You've felt it since childhood, haven't you? Like you're living 2 lives at once, the one everyone sees, and the deeper one only you understand. You've had moments when you knew something before it happened, moments when your heart warned you, moments when the universe seemed to pull you away from something and later you realized it saved you. That's Pisces. Not weak, not too emotional, chosen to feel more because you're built to understand more. Now let's finish the list, because the next reasons are the ones that make Pisces truly untouchable when they finally stop doubting themselves. Reason number 4. Pisces attracts destiny love, not casual love. Pisces doesn't do empty connections. Even when you try to keep it light, your soul doesn't cooperate. You can feel when someone's energy is real, and when it's just attention, ego, or loneliness. That's why Pisces may have fewer relationships than some signs, but the ones you have are intense, transformational, life-defining, even the painful ones. Here's the blessing. You are wired for real love. And yes, that means you can't tolerate lukewarm. But when Pisces meets someone genuine, it's not chemistry, it's recognition. And in 2026 energy, Pisces love gets clearer. You'll stop mistaking potential for commitment. You'll stop accepting crumbs as romance. You'll stop calling confusion a sign, because Pisces is not meant to chase. Pisces is meant to be chosen properly. Reason number 5. Pisces has spiritual protection, the invisible kind. Let me say this carefully because only Pisces understands it. There are times you should have ended up in deeper chaos, and you didn't. Times you were about to take a path, and something delayed you. A missed bus, a canceled plan, a random gut feeling that made you turn left instead of right. Pisces often thinks, I'm just lucky, but it's more than luck. Pisces is guided. Pisces is tuned in. Your blessing is that you get signs faster than others' dreams, symbols, coincidences that are too perfect to be random. The universe speaks to Pisces in whispers, and when Pisces listens, life gets smoother. Your only rule: don't betray your intuition to make someone else comfortable, because your instincts are your guardian. Reason number 6. Pisces has the rarest power, rebirth. Other signs break and stay broken. Pisces breaks and becomes something new. You've lived this. You've lost people you loved. You've outgrown places that once felt safe. You've watched a chapter collapse and thought, that's it. And then, you survived. And not just survived, you evolved. Here's the truth. Pisces is the sign that can walk through fire and come out softer, not colder. That is strength most people will never understand. And the moment Pisces stops romanticizing pain, stops making excuses for those who hurt them, stops feeding energy into dead endings, that's when Pisces becomes unstoppable. Because Pisces doesn't just move on, Pisces upgrades. Reason number 7. Pisces carries a sacred kind of magic, the power to change lives. This is the one that hits people in the chest. Pisces, you don't realize how powerful you are because you're not loud about it. You don't need applause. You don't need to dominate a room. You change the room by existing in it. You've made people feel seen when they felt invisible. You've said one sentence that stayed with someone for years. You've comforted someone in a way they never forgot. Sometimes you're just being kind, but the other person experiences it as, you saved me. Your blessing is this: you are a vessel for love, meaning, and healing. And when you step into your purpose, whether it's art, counseling, nursing, teaching, parenting, creating, guiding, building, you become the kind of person others call an angel without knowing why. But here's the final twist. Pisces magic isn't only for others. It's meant for you too. You're not here to be everyone's safe harbor while you drown quietly. You're not here to pour into people who never pour back. You're not here to prove your worth by suffering. Pisces is the best when Pisces chooses themselves. That's your whole life lesson. And it's the reason everything you've been through has shaped you. Here are 10 Pisces facts most people don't hear in the usual dreamy, sensitive stereotypes. 1. Pisces has 2 rulers, and that's not just trivia. It's personality. Traditional astrology gives Pisces to Jupiter wisdom, faith, big meaning. Modern astrology adds Neptune mystery, intuition, dreams. Many Pisces feel like a mix of old soul teacher plus poet from another dimension. 2. The Pisces symbol isn't to random fish. It's the cord. Those 2 fish are tied together, which is why Pisces can feel pulled between worlds, logic and intuition, reality and fantasy, saving others and saving themselves. 3. Pisces is the last sign, the final chapter energy of the Zodiac. In astrology, the last sign carries a reputation for completion, compassion, forgiveness, and a strange ability to understand everyone, because Pisces has a little of every sign inside it. 4. In many ancient texts, Pisces is a mute sign. Not silent as in shy, mute as in nonverbal knowing. Pisces often communicates through vibe, eyes, timing, music, symbols, and what's left unsaid. 5. Pisces is where Mercury struggles the most. Mercury logic, straight talk, crisp decisions is traditionally in detriment and fall in Pisces, which explains why Pisces can be brilliant but nonlinear. You don't think in bullet points, you think in waves. 6. Venus is exalted in Pisces, the high priestess of love placement. Exaltation is like a planet wearing its finest outfit. In Pisces, Venus becomes unconditional, romantic, artistic, forgiving, and dangerously capable of idealizing someone. 7. Pisces is one of the 4 double-bodied signs, along with Gemini, Virgo, and Sagittarius. Pisces is considered dual, which is why you can be sweet and savage, soft and unshakable, spiritual and hilarious, often in the same hour. 8. There's a hidden knot star connected to Pisces symbolism. A notable star in Pisces is called Oresha, often translated as the knot, the tie between the fish. Astrologers link it with fated connections, spiritual contracts, and why do I keep meeting this kind of person? Moments. 9. Pisces isn't only mystical, it can be strangely strategic. Because Pisces senses motivations, it can predict reactions and outcomes without obvious evidence. People think it's luck until they realize Pisces has been reading the emotional room the entire time. 10. The real Pisces glow up is boundaries, not becoming less sensitive. When Pisces learns to say no, the same empathy that once drained you becomes magnetic power. That's when Pisces stops being a sponge and becomes the ocean. The final message for Pisces, the one you needed to hear. You are not too much. You are not too sensitive. You are not hard to love. You are rare. You are deep. You are intuitive. You are creative. You are protective energy in human form. And once you stop letting people label your softness as weakness, your entire destiny changes. Because Pisces was never meant to be understood by everyone. Pisces was meant to be felt. And the people who can truly feel you, they don't just love you, they remember you.